And welcome to another live with me, Paul Addict Mental Simmons. Um, so I spent 22 years in prison in and around some of the worst prisons. It's just being lazy and not wanting to do anything. That would be HMP Coldenley in Surrey. Yes, all of you HMP Coldenley screws, I'm coming for you. So, what they do is say they have to come and unlock the wing and do things like that. So they come and unlock the wing, and then they'll just run off and they run to sit in their office and they don't want to do anything. You be rattling on the gate in between the wing and the office, which can be quite some distance away sometimes. So you'll be rattling on the cage saying, boss, I need X, Y, and Z. I need toilet roll. I need razors. Can I get a phone call? Can I get some letters? I need an application form. The prison officers in HMP Coldenley, when I was there, were some of the laziest human beings I have ever had the displeasure of meeting, because they didn't want to do anything. They were too scared to come on the wings because they didn't have control of the wings. And they were too lazy to actually do their job. I always say prison officers have got two jobs: locking and collecting. And they're quite good at the lock-in. When I say they're quite good at the lock-in, that's not true, quite true, because some of them, they didn't know how to lock. I have been left unlocked in a cell over lunchtime bang up on more than one occasion. You know, if I was a twat, I could have run around the wing and stuff and caused mayhem, but that wasn't me. I was always the guy, I'm like, oh my God, they forgot to bang me up, so I'll just press the bell. They don't answer the bell, so I'll be on the bell. The bell will be flashing, buzzing for about an hour. They'll come after lunch, go, what's up, Simmo? I'm like, yeah, you've left my door unlocked, boss, all over lunchtime. I could have ransacked the jail. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of that thing. I couldn't have gone any farther than the wing. As anyone who knows ever been to prison, they lock the wings off and all that. So I couldn't have got any further than that. So HMP Coldenley was the jail with the worst prison officers in, without a shadow of a doubt when it comes to laziness. The worst jail for let's say the worst jail for food. And, you know, for people in prison food is very bloody important. It's a sustenance. If you haven't got people sending you in money, or you haven't got boys who, you know, you're getting together and you all put a bit of food together and make something, you have to survive on the food that the prison gives you. Right. So, by far, the worst prison food I have ever eaten in my life, the award goes to HMP Garth, up towards Blackpool somewhere. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember now. It's been a very long time since I was there, like 15 years ago. So the food in HMP Garth goes like this. So for breakfast, you would get a cereal bar or some milk and cereal, right? So that's your options. For lunch, you will get like a pie, like a pork pie or a little steak and kidney pie, but you wouldn't get anything with that pie. You know, you're expecting beans and a bit of potato or side salad or something. It was dreadful. The kitchens were absolutely disgusting. The worst kitchens I've ever walked into. I used to help take the trolleys back to the kitchens on the odd occasion when I was there. And I am telling you, the bloody food and the kitchens in HMP Garth were disgusting. However, let's talk about the best prison food that I've ever eaten. Because, you know, when there's rubbish food, there's good food. Now, the best prison food that I've ever experienced, I've ever eaten, was in HMP Marshgate, Doncaster. I told you, lot, I've been everywhere. Do you know what I mean? I've been to Marshgate. Now, Marshgate at the time, I don't know if it still is. I'm sure someone will tell me. Marshgate was a privately ran prison, and I have got access to the chat. So if you want to get in the chat, people, please go ahead. I have got my laptop just here, so if you've got any questions, put in the chat and I'll answer them for you. So in HMP Marshgate, it was a private prison. Be careful playing black background in the music, Paul. You might be a copyright strike. Thank you. Alexa, off. That's a really good idea, actually. Yeah, I don't want to get them all copyrighted off. Thank you so much for that, Gordo. So I'm in HMP Garth, HMP Marshgate, and the food's absolutely crazy, right? Because there's like kitchens on the wing. So they're cooking fresh chips, straight out the fryer, straight into the servery onto your plate. They used to put reams and reams of loaves of bread out, butter, things like that. And I know you're thinking, oh, bread and butter, what's that so good? But when you go to a prison, when you're rationed to one piece of bread a day, and in some jails, you won't even get that. You know what I mean? It is real bad, the rationing situation in prison. I don't think people quite understand how crazy it can be in there. So that is basically the best place I've ever eaten in prison is HMP Marshgate. Let's get back to the worst prison discussion. Right. The most grotty, nastiest prison I've ever been to. Now, when I was on, has my friend contacted you about having you on her stream for an interview, Paul? No, not yet, Gordo. So where was I? Yeah. I know where I was. We were talking about the grottiest of prisons. Now, when I was on the Sean Atwood podcast, I said the worst jail, the most disgusting one was Garth, right? And it is quite bad. But on reflection, there is a few other ones. Now, I'm going to HMP Doncaster, right? Dorchester, not Doncaster, HMP Dorchester, right? Oh my God. That place was nasty. It was old. It didn't have plug sockets. It had like earphone sockets in the wall. And it had 3 volt, 6 volt, 9 volt, 12 volt. Plug into the wrong one, you blow your Game Boy up or whatever it is you do. So HMP Dorchester is by far the worst show and the most racist jail I have ever stayed in. And I've stayed in a few doozies in my time. Like I said, I served 22 years behind the door. Now, that's not I did a 22-year sentence and, I served 10, 11, 12 years, whatever. No. I served a 10.5-year sentence where I served almost 9 years. Now, that's crazy, I know, but that's what I got for being an idiot, getting the sentence, and then whilst I was doing the sentence, getting myself more time by you continuing to use drugs, continuing to get involved in violence and hooch making and all of that crap, because that's what I used to do. So, I've been around a bit and I know these prisons, and I am not trying to make any prison come out worse or better. I've got no reasons for that whatsoever. The true fact is, many jails are disgusting. I was transferred from HMP Stocken all the way down to HMP Winchester, and they put me on the wing in Winchester, and this is no word of a lie. They put me into a cell. There was glass all over the floor, blood all over the walls, all along, blood like wiped along the bed, along the bed, scrap underneath the bed, mop buckets full of water and clothes. It was by far one of the most disgusting things. Yeah, I have, Simon. But welcome anyway. So it's one of the most disgusting places I've ever been to. And by the time I finished cleaning it, I'd filled up 2.5 black bags full of grot, grime, and nastiness, because that is what a lot of prisons are. They put people in prison with mental health issues. They put people in prison who just don't give a crap, and they look at prison like it's a dump. Why should I keep your prison clean? That's the mindset of a lot of people. Why should I keep your prison clean? It's your prison. You put me in here. If you want it to be clean, you keep it clean. You know, and I understand that. A lot of people, I would understand that. But at the same time, this is where you live. That was the place where I lived for 22 years. So I made sure my cells were tidy. Now, I wasn't a clean freak. Don't get it twisted. It's why I don't do chat. I'm shutting my thing because I get my mind goes off. If I see chat and everything, I don't want to. My mind goes off. This isn't TikTok. This is YouTube. This is different. So from now on, I will not be doing live chat during my YouTube chats because I just like these. I like being able to come on and say, tell you a few stories without feeling the need that I need to appease the chat gods. Because at the end of the day, I'm a busy man. I do this for free. I'm not getting paid or anything. I just like to be to inform people about the real situation that is the British prison system because it is broken. It is disgusting. Let me take you back to the cell in Winchester. Like I said, there was glass everywhere. I found hash, smoke, roll-ups of spice pipes. It was nasty. And these screws moved me in. And do you know what the joke was? The joke was when I got on the belt, and I didn't even need to because I could shout through the flap because there was no glass in the door, the little spice screen. There was no glass in there; it had been smashed out. So I'm central screw. Listen, I need stuff to clean this cell, and I go get it in the morning. And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Get it in the morning? Please come and have a look." And they'd be huffing and puffing like I've done them a wrong. Like I've just basically asked if I could go free up on his missus and his daughter, because that's what it's kind of like. And he's come to the site and they've gone, oh my Jesus Christ, yeah, all right, we'll get you the stuff. And then this is classic prison. You ask a prison officer to get you something, and then they just disappear into thin air. And you could try to track them down. It's a prison. Where can people disappear to? But I promise you, this happens all the time. People disappear in the jail. They go off into a cell or they find a little room somewhere and they disappear. And if you're a prison officer, that's what they do because they don't want to be found because they are lazy fuckers, most of them. They're there for the job. They're not there because they care for you, because they want to make a difference. They want to help rehabilitate you. No, they want to twist you up, hurt you, legally cause pain to another human being, and make sure the time that you spend in prison, be that 10 minutes, 10 years, is as painful and as uncomfortable as possible. Now, that is not all prison officers, but the problem is it's about 90% of prison officers. So I've come across 2 out of 10 prison officers I've come across are the most sound, down-to-earth people you are ever going to come across. You won't come across nicer guys, but at the same time, you come across the most sadistic, racist, xenophobic, classist, prison officers you're ever going to come across. They think their shit doesn't stink. And when they see you walking around with better trainers on than they know they can afford to buy their kids, they take it out on you. When they see you getting visits and you got a nice chick, they're taking it out on you. They're cell spinning you. They're putting hooch in your cell, whatever it is. And please don't think that doesn't happen, because it does. You could go off for a visit. They're going in to do a cell check, bolts and bars, they call it, FCCs, LCCs. Lights, fixtures, and fittings, some bollocks like that. It's just an excuse to search your cell, basically. So they'll go into your cell, they'll plot something up. You come back from your visit, none the wiser, just you're all buzzed up, you've seen your missus, you've seen your kids, everything's nice in the world. 2 minutes later, your door will get open, they'll go, cell spin. And you're like, yeah, of course, man, whatever, the cell's been easy. Because I've been on a visit, you think I got something. And then they're pulling shit out from under the bed that you've never seen before. And you're like, what? And they do that because what is their benefit? Their benefit is you get extra days. you get loss of privileges. Now, loss of privileges, let's talk about that a minute, because many people don't realize the TV is a privilege. It's not everyone has to have a TV. That's the end of situation, because it isn't like that in jail. If you're a twat, you get put on a basic regime. Basic regime, you get no association, you get no gym, and you've got no TV. Standard is basically you've got a TV, you get a bit of canteen, but it's not loads. Enhanced regime, where every prisoner wants to be, and most prisoners sit at enhanced regime, to be honest with you, a lot do. And at enhanced regime, you get to spend about £50 of your own money every week. So that's 50 quid now. You can go to the canteen sheet once a week and order your mackerel, your tuna, your vape packs, all of that. You're living nice. You got your TV, you get extra gym sessions. You get extra visits because you're enhanced, because you're proving that your behavior is above and beyond. Now, you don't have to suck cock or lick ass to get enhanced. You just got to keep your head down. Keep your head down for a couple of months when you go into jail. And before you know it, you're enhanced and you're living the life of Riley. However, it's a carrot and stick, isn't it? Because now you've got your enhanced regime. You're spending fat canteen every week. You fuck up, something happens, and you can go from enhanced, not down to standard, but straight down to basic. Now you're going from spending £50 a canteen a week to £2.50 a week. And that's all you're allowed to spend. £2.50. That's phone credit, that's vapes, that's everything for £2.50 a week. So that is why the prison regime is so important, because they want to get you enhanced, because they know if you're enhanced, they keep you quiet. So that's a really, really good, it's a positive tool. And there'll be people who are going, it can't be a positive tool, because if they're, they're using it to keep you quiet, then but that's prison, and that's what you need, because you want people to be as quiet as possible. You want people not kicking off. You want people just chilling, getting on with their time. And when it comes to 4 o'clock, bang up, or 7 o'clock, wherever it is, whatever jails, different times. Most bang up jails are 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, that's the day done. And they just want you to have a good time. So that's kind of it, really. That's the regime. Now, I'm not going to say that's a good part of the prison system or a bad part of the prison system. I'm just saying that's a part of the prison system, and it kind of works. There are extra levels. There are like super enhanced levels in certain jails where you get extra canteens, for instance. I've been super enhanced myself. I was in HMP Portland, and because of that, no, I was in Bristol, HMP Hallfield. And the reason I got super enhanced in Hallfield was because I rescued 2 female officers from getting a hiding from a guy who had mental health difficulties. If you've not heard this story, I'll briefly tell you. I was sat with my friend in his cell. I've heard banging going on outside the cell. I've come out. This guy I know who's got mental health issues has got a prison officer in a headlock. She's a SO, which means she's got 2 stripes on her shoulder. She's half important. And I just saw loads of guys standing around. Another female officer was trying to get involved. She was getting ragged about when the other one was in a headlock. I've seen it. I've come out the cell. I give the guy a whack. Now, this is the truth. At the time, I do not remember smacking him, right? I don't remember it. It was only after, when the prison officers have said to me, oh, we watched the CCTV footage, fair play, you come straight out of the cell and smacked him. I didn't even realize I'd done it. But it was just, I just thought, I am not having 2 young women, they're like 21, 22 years old, these girls, getting ragged about by a seasoned veteran prisoner who had serious mental health issues. There was like 5 or 6 guys down the end of the landing just watching it, letting it go on. And it was kind of that sort of behavior that I started displaying, that I realized my time within the prison system was done. because I just realised if I'm starting to rescue prison officers who had basically for half of my life had been torturing me, making me feel like crap about myself, making me, making me question quite a lot about my own being. And once I started to rescue these people and started to have conversations with them, I knew my time in jail was done, as is this conversation. I really, really hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sorry I'm not doing live chat during these lives, but I can't concentrate on both things. I like chatting and I don't like having to stop, type, and chat. So I'll just keep it the way it is. Have a fantastic evening. And remember, if you need my help, if you're struggling with addiction, mental health, whatever it is, check my lives out over on TikTok. They're absolutely amazing. They're on at 9 a.m. every morning. We need as many people as we can to jump on these lives. Just remember, please like and subscribe to my channel. I would really, really appreciate that. Have a fantastic evening. Peace, love, and unity to all of you.